are Kettle Holes Lakes. Have you ever wondered about the fascinating features of our planet's polar regions? One such feature is the kettle hole. But are kettle holes actually lakes? Let's break it down. Kettle holes are depressions that form when blocks of ice left behind by retreating glaciers melt. In polar areas, these features are quite common, especially where glaciers have deposited sediment-covered ice. When the ice melts, the ground collapses, creating a hollow space. Now here comes the interesting part. Kettle holes are not lakes by default. They only become lakes when they fill with water. This can happen due to precipitation, groundwater, or meltwater. In the polar environment, kettle holes can take on different forms. Some may remain just dry, while others can turn into seasonal ponds or even permanent lakes. The formation of these lakes depends on various factors, including climate conditions and water availability. In the polar regions, kettle holes often appear in proglacial zones. This is where meltwater deposits sediment over stranded ice. These depressions can trap water, but freezing temperatures and limited precipitation can prevent them from becoming permanent lakes. Some kettle holes fill with water temporarily during the summer melt, while others might stay dry due to permafrost or rapid sediment infill. What about the ecological aspect? Water-filled kettle holes in polar areas can support unique ecosystems that are adapted to cold and nutrient-poor conditions. However, many of these kettle holes remain just barren due to the harsh climates and low biological activity found in polar regions. Understanding kettle holes is important for studying past glacial activity and predicting how landscapes might change in polar areas. Their ability to hold water influences local hydrology and the stability of permafrost. This is particularly critical for planning infrastructure in Arctic and Antarctic research zones. So, to answer the question, kettle holes are not lakes by default. They become lakes only when water accumulates in the depression. In polar regions, this is influenced by ice melt rates, climate conditions, and water sources. As a result, you can find a mix of dry depressions, seasonal ponds, and permanent lakes in these fascinating environments.